Hey, what's good with y'all, man? It's your boy Tick, aka Game Fanatic, the Michael Jordan the Game, and also the Rebel of YouTube Underground. And I'm back with yet another commentary. And this time we're playing that Black Ops 3 again. I am back on that Black Ops 3. I don't know, man. I just been having fun on this game recently, man. I took a long time off of it because it was stressing me out. And I mean like a good 6 or 7 months. Actually, I recorded some footage of a guy raging on me because I was doing horribly when I first came back into the game. Like I was doing bad. And this was a guy who takes the game very seriously. And he told me to go a certain route, and I was like, and sit there and like camp. And I was like, look, I'm not camping. That's boring. And he just called me a name, and then he just started just going off and just raging the whole time. And of course, I decided to poke fun at him because, you know, it was too funny that he was that serious about the game. Get the Duke, whoever that was in the back. But he decided to get so serious of the game, and then he just, for the whole time, just kept calling me the N-word, saying I was fat, saying I suck for playing Battlefield because Battlefield sucks compared to Call of Duty. It's a horrible game and everything. I just got duked on by that wrench, and that guy killed me with that wrench like 3 times or 4. I'm not even sure. He just destroyed me with that wrench the whole time. But stuff like that, man. But I'm back on the game. I'm having some fun with it. You know, you just play it for what it is. Like I don't get mad when I'm doing bad because it's Call of Duty. I'm not playing this, you know, to be a hardcore gamer. I don't think this is a hardcore game. This is a casual game. I'm going to play it like a casual game. It's just something to kill some time. You feel me? Now, you know, I do get stressed out sometimes after dying, but then I look at that thing and I'm like, whatever. It's not that bad. I'm not getting sponsored. So, yeah, that's how I look at it. But anyway, man, let's talk about what the topic is, man. Fanboys. This fanboy stuff has to die. And we're not talking about the consoles this time. We're not just talking about the Xbox One and the PS4s and even the PC Master Race. This isn't this, but we are going to focus on something from the PC Master Race because the console guys, you guys think you guys have it bad with the Xbox One and the PS4 and Sony and Microsoft going against each other as different fans and stuff like that. But no, it's there in the PC world. PC gamers like to complain and fight about, you know, graphics card companies. So AMD, I got duped on. AMD versus Nvidia or Intel versus AMD. That is where the beefs go. Because we have guys that I work with because, you know, I work at a computer retail store. And these guys will literally tell you that AMD is the best card or the best processor to go with because NVIDIA cheats you out of money. They rip you off, or Intel, you know, rips you off and they charge you a decent amount of money and all that stuff. And it's honestly not that good when honestly the NVIDIA and Intel cards run better. But then they'll go, that's because they told them to put Hairworks into the game and stuff like that, so the AMD cards don't work as good and whole bunch of fanboyism. It even goes down to TVs. Like, you know, I've talked about TVs. Actually, a month or so ago, someone hit me up on Twitter after I showed my 60-inch Super HD 4K LG television, which is a lovely TV, by the way. It's 3D and everything. It's lovely. But I showed a picture of it and whatever, and someone hit me up like, oh, that's a nice TV, but you could have done better. And I'm like, who is this hater? I knew who it was though, but like, I'm like, who is this? Why is he hating? So he was like, I'm like, what do you mean? He was like, yo, you could have got a Samsung. Now, for some reason, everybody thinks that Samsung TVs are, you know, the second coming of Jesus. They think they're the best TVs of all time because Samsung's made a name for themselves back in the day. You know, back in like 2011 to 2013 and all that, Samsung were definitely the best TVs. But since then, just to let you guys know, LG has stepped up. First of all, LG has technology in their TVs that Samsung does not have. One is IPS, which is in-plane switching. What it does, for people who don't know, and this is the LG technology, you have to pay LG to use this, is it gives you better, vibrant colors, also higher, sharper contrast, along with higher viewable angles. All right, so Samsung doesn't have this technology. And another thing LG has a patent on and owns is called organic LED TVs, which are the best TVs in the world. He gave me the Duke with the wrench again. It has the best contrast in blacks, the truest blacks you can ever go on the TV. So if anyone makes that, which Samsung is coming out with one this year apparently, they have to pay LG to make. Actually, LG has made a few of LG's panels recently in the last few years. So you guys didn't know that, but I do because I train on TVs and I know all this stuff. So people believe that, you know, Samsung's the best. Like, I've had a customer come in my job, you know, that was like, hey, I want Samsung TVs. Samsungs, I only buy Samsungs. So I show him Samsung TVs. he wanted to be cheap and not want to buy, and he didn't like the prices of them. But you like Samsung, but you don't like the Samsung prices. So I showed him the LG, which is the same specs down the line, other than having the technology that the Samsung doesn't have, which gives it a better picture. And it was $200 cheaper. I show it to him and I say, yeah, this is the LG, and you can actually see the picture looks better. He looks at it, he goes, nah, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna go to another store. I'm gonna go to another store. I only get Samsung. Only get Samsung. How can you be that jaded? You can't be that jaded. You will make it so you can enjoy things in life because you're going for one company. First of all, like I said in my last video, these companies only see you as a dollar sign. They don't care for you. Why are you fighting for them? LG is like my favorite television company right now, but shoot, let Samsung show me something good. I will definitely pop back over to Samsung and buy a Samsung TV if it is better. Same with the graphics cards. AMD, if AMD shows me something, I'll stop buying NVIDIA cards. I've been buying NVIDIA cards since 2005. And if AMD shows me something, I will buy an AMD card. I don't have a problem with it. My first PC gaming build actually had an AMD processor in it. I didn't have Intel all the time. I had an AMD processor. So it doesn't matter. And like I've actually was told by one of my coworkers today that another one of our associates sent a customer home because he wanted to sell the customer a AMD processor and we didn't have it. And he didn't want to sell him an Intel one, so he told the customer to go home until we get it in stock. And you don't do that. You don't do that because one, as our company, you can't badmouth another company because let's say this customer were to go home upset about this guy sending him home, right? And then he were to, write a letter to NVIDIA or something like that or Intel. So if Intel hears that, oh, this store told a customer that our company, is horrible and all that, yada yada yada. Then all of a sudden they'll first send a lawsuit against us. Then they will make sure we don't sell their products ever again, and that will hurt the store. You don't do that. Even though I like LG, if a person wants a Samsung, I'm going to show you Samsung. I will sell you a Samsung. I'm not going to argue against it really like that unless you're talking about some stupid stuff that I know that you're wrong about. Typically, people always ask me what's the better TV, and I tell them I think LG is a better TV. And then they act all surprised and they have the Jordan cry face on and everything. But hey, it's the truth, and I explain it to them. They can accept it or they can't, whatever. But anyway, man, that's all I want to talk about, man. This fanboy stuff got to stop, man. I hope you guys understand where I'm going at with this, but this is your boy Tick, aka Game Fanatic. I got duped on by the wrench again, and I'm gone. Bye.